Hey guys, just testing our live real quick. Just making sure it goes over to Instagram. It's not. Oh, come on. Come on, go live.
Whoa.
Go live, you son of a bitch. No.
Do it.
Oh, come on. Do the thing.
Do the work.
It's not doing the thing. It's not doing the thing. It should be doing the thing. I switched it over. That's booty hole. Hold on.
That sucks.
Hold on. No, it's all right. It's all right. It is okay. This is what we gonna do. Gonna create a new broadcast. Gonna copy this. Entertain the fans for like 10 seconds.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, do it.
Hello. It's James. It's your favorite neighborhood James. We are having some technical difficulties as we start this right now, but everything should be going soon, and we might be live on Instagram while this is happening, which is going to be a very fun adventure to see if that actually works. Zach is now back. How we doing?
All right, here we go. Gonna remove it. I'm going to re-add it. Save
Okay.
it. It's gonna go live. Okay, so now it's live on here. I think I messed it up. I think I'm supposed to do this live and then do the broadcast. So we're gonna try that now and start broadcasting.
Did you get it?
Yeah, go. Come on, check it on your page before we actually hit the podcast. I just want to make sure.
BOTA. No, James from BOTA. Oh, look at that, dude. We're live right now. Although it cuts our face off, which is kind of interesting.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We're cut off like that. You know, that's gonna be something we have to figure out.
All right. Well, let's see if we can. We'll figure it out here.
Dude,
if we could get I was gonna say do a stacked view, right?
Yeah, that's what the people want.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, let's take a look.
Hello.
Let's see if that works better. No, go back. Go. Hold on. Go back to that. Let's just wait. People at home watching, thank you for putting up with our bullshit. We just figured out how to do it on. Oh, okay. I mean that works a little better.
Better.
That's better.
So we kind of just have to live on like this portion of the screen.
Yeah. Let me.
How do we have people that consume our content? It's
how do our posts consistently get like at least 20,000 views? Don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't know. All right, well, let me fucking start the show the way it should be started here. Let's drop it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? It's Soggy Boy from BOTA. I got James with me. Welcome back to another episode of Garbage Time. Post Super Bowl, baby.
Dude, Tijuana Raph has the energy right now. We're already dropping fucking beer glasses in the chat. He knows. He knows what we do.
This is game changing for us. If you weren't here for the first 3 minutes of the podcast, fixing a little technical difficulties, we finally figured out how to stream to Instagram Live. So now you can catch us on there as well as Facebook and YouTube. But IG is going to be lighting up. That's where we get most of our viewership. So absolutely stoked about that. But what's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning into Garbage Time, the post Super Bowl edition episode. We're gonna hit you with 2 segments today. We're gonna go with our normal Garbage Time talk, post Super Bowl, Rams, Bengals. Phenomenal game. And we're also going to give our take confessionals for the year. Which
I don't know if I'm willing. All right, but let's start that off. I don't know if I'm willing to say this was a phenomenal game.
It was a pretty good game. I'm not going to lie.
It was a good game.
I mean,
might be because I'm spoiled from like everything else we saw earlier, but it was a good game.
I don't know, James. Me and you were feeling pretty good, so it was a phenomenal game.
Oh, I was high as a kite.
Dude, I looked over at you and we just had the same look. We just connected.
It was awesome. There's a lot of like BOTA fucking wiring going on there. It was sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. He was just sitting on the floor inserting spoons with his toe.
Yeah, also that should be a point, is that the people who were there just started playing spoons in the middle of it.
Yeah, literally. The Super Bowl's going on. James and I are just watching it. Everyone else is playing fucking spoons. And I'm just like texting James on the side. I'm like, hey, James, what? Hey, just keep adding spoons until they notice. How many did you end up putting in there? Like 4 or 5?
I don't know. I was super high.
Awesome.
I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. That was a good time though. Good time. But no, I mean, the game itself, I feel like it went the opposite of how I expected it to go, if that makes sense. I expected the Bengals to be the one to come back. I mean, I really did get the opposite score. I said the Bengals were going to win 23-20. Rams end up winning 23-20. So, I mean, yeah.
Look, you can take this on any value you want. I don't think that was as close of a game, and I know the Bengals had the lead. I don't think it was as close of a game as we think it was. The two turning point moments in that were fluky, but which you still have to account for, right? And it's the T. Higgins fucking 75-yard touchdown that was very clearly a face mask, and it was fucking who knows what his name is, cutting his route short, getting intercepted. The one that went in for OBJ after the non-contact injury, which also losing OBJ takes a whole nother layer off that field.
That's true.
So I feel like although the Bengals did a lot of things good, they contained Donald for the most part until the end. Jalen Ramsey, if that trend had kept up, maybe it would have been a different story. Maybe we've been looking at a championship parade in Cincinnati where they have nothing else to do. Shout out LA for having the worst championship parade I've seen.
Oh my God. I saw the pictures and I'm like, I honestly didn't even think it was a championship parade. I thought it was just like a normal Tuesday in LA, like just people walking by.
Would you have rather have gone to the championship parade in LA or the Vancouver riot? Because I'm going riot, and it's supposed
to. Are you kidding me? Of course, I would rather go Vancouver riot 100%. I mean, as a Bruins fan, as you can see, obviously that was a wonderful thing to watch a city implode after your team beats them at home.
What a moment!
Oh my God, I know that was great. Which is really strange because I don't know, I don't take Vancouver as a city that would do something like that. It's like a really nice it's like a really nice city, and then they just blow it up like Philadelphia style. So.
Real quick shout out Sports Dudes Hines. Thank you for the appreciation. Appreciate you. Sorry about your Bengals, but I was rooting for y'all.
It's tough. I was rooting for the Bengals as well. I'm obviously happy that Matty Daddy won. But no.
Matthew Dathue.
He
goes by Matthew. You can't call him Matty.
Well, whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's like Mitchell Trubisky. Matthew Dathue. Yeah, I mean, it's a thing. You got to be somewhat relevant to at least make that work.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Get drafted number 3 overall or whatever. Oops. I don't know. I keep forgetting my camera's up here, so my eyesight is down here. I'm looking at something completely different, but I'm actually looking at the screen.
The secret sauce. The secret sauce is just to be a little too arrogant and just constantly look at yourself while you're recording.
No, it's actually the exact opposite. Is I'm so self-conscious. I think I look like a fat fuck, and I don't want to look like a fat fuck on camera. So I keep looking at myself. I'm like, yeah.
I still see your shadows.
Don't. Oh my God! Don't bring that up. Poor Scott.
All right. So what were we talking about? The fucking Super Bowl?
Football, I think. I don't know.
Something. Oh fuck. It was boring. It was fine. It was average. It wasn't boring. That's
I don't know. I thought overall it was good to have 2 different teams in it. The halftime show was great. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know what 50 Cent was doing, but he looking like a whole motherfucking dollar.
He was big.
Yeah.
He was old.
Large.
Big.
But I mean, I thought Dre did good. I thought Snoop was good. I thought Eminem was good.
Can't forget about Dre.
Yeah, I will never forget about Dre. Mary J. Blige was good. Kendrick went off though. Kendrick did pop off.
Oh yeah, dude. Shout out that. But like, can we talk about like hashtag sobriety episode? As I'm drinking, but like Mary J. Blige is I think like 20 years sober. Eminem's fucking how many years sober? Good for them, dude.
Yeah, it's awesome. It is awesome. It is awesome.
I say a lot of sarcastic shit, but that was genuine.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the tequila down.
I know as he picks.
I feel like that doesn't drive the point home.
Yes, to celebrate their sobriety, let's all raise
Cheers
our glasses.
to sobriety.
Cheers, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm an asshole again. Get canceled.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, but I mean, good halftime show. I thought it was a good game overall. I mean, there were some points where I was kind of just like, man, whatever. There was a point in time where it was 20-16 Bengals for at least the entire third quarter. But the Bengals did have a chance to pull away with the game. They were up by 4 points late, and they had every chance to kind of, march down the field, at least get a field goal, or score a touchdown, and they couldn't pull it off. So,
you know what I think is a very interesting point that not a lot of people are going to talk about, because he had a very bad night. Like, he had not even arguably, his statistically worst night as a cornerback, and Jalen Ramsey we're talking about here. There's an aspect to that where people were showing the clip that like Jalen Ramsey fell on like covering T. Higgins, which is like, haha, like he sucked, whatever. Also realize that's kind of part of the reason you get a Jalen Ramsey, and opposed to what I was talking about against a Trayvon Diggs. Like, I don't think Burrow was even going to look that way because they were battling all night, and Chase got the best of him on a couple. But you're not going to look that way when it comes to crunch time and look towards Jalen Ramsey. So like that was already out of his mind without even like seeing that happen.
I mean, I don't know if that's the thing. If it comes down to it, and you're Joe Burrow, do you want the ball you want the ball near Jalen Ramsey, or do you want the ball near Aaron Donald? I personally, I would pick Jalen Ramsey if that's the case. You know what I mean? Like, come crunch time, throw the fucking ball up, throw it up. What do you got to lose? I mean, seriously, I would rather have the ball 10 yards down the field with a chance to catch it rather than Aaron Donald running at me. Like, end of story. So, I mean, on that, like, I don't know. But then again, when you don't have an opportunity to throw the ball after 2.2 seconds of Aaron Donald getting off the line and just breaking through every single person on the line, I mean, it's a
it's a fair point, and it gave the Sewell over Chase people like a lot of gas. I mean, think
one play, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, and can we touch on this? How do you give Zach Taylor that extension? I get he got you to the game. I get he got you there.
I'm touching it.
Touch on it harder. I get that he got you there. I'm still not sold on Zach Taylor as a coach.
No, my God.
Like that third and one, like running. And there's the logic where if you're running with Samaje Perine, they're not going to guess that you're running, right? Or you have Samaje Perine lined up behind you. You should still be going Joe Mixon if you're going to run. Joe Mixon is
sneaky good addition for them, though. But
Samaje Perine's a good running back, but he's not Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon was a elite plus running back this year.
Right. Especially when your offensive line gives up the most sacks in postseason history.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And your quarterback leaves with a sprained MCL, almost got injured again.
Yeah. But listen, excuse me, 23-20 game. I mean, you're saying it's a lot more lopsided than it appears. Bengals played their hearts out. With all of the deficiencies on offensive line, Joe Burrow still worked around it, scored 20 points. I don't know. I mean, they played the hell out of that game. I think at the end of the day, like whether or not it was a good game or not, I think both teams left everything out on the field. So,
oh yeah.
Sometimes you could just tell like a team's not in it. They were both there. So,
yeah, it didn't seem like either one, and it felt like the Rams still had that gas from the Patriots loss. The Bengals had that underdog mentality. It felt good to watch, but it didn't. Like I said, it wasn't on the caliber I was kind of hoping for. I was hoping for a little bit more of a shootout.
Yeah.
Obviously didn't get that, but high quality shit nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean it was good. I mean, we're gonna be watching Joe play that style of football for years to come, and the game was rigged. Megan, you weren't even fucking looking. You were playing spoon, so I don't want to hear it.
It's my fiance. No big deal.
roasted. Yeah, I mean, we're going to be watching Joe Burrow play that style of football for years to come. And I don't know, like, look at a team like that. If you get a defense that plays, past their potential and can be opportunistic, and you have an offense that can play the way that they play, and if you get a couple pieces on offensive line, that's a Super Bowl winning team right there. I mean, seriously, 3 points away from, they were driving down the field. If they get that 1 yard, they make a completion, they could tie that game. But even if they lose, like, it's still, it's a close game. So they had every opportunity to win that game. And 6-7 games before that, no one gave them a chance to make the Super Bowl, let alone win a playoff game. So
can we put another point to that too? That I'm going to leave that be. That I think a lot of people looked at this Matt Stafford move in the offseason and said, like, yeah, this is it. Like, that is the differentiating factor that makes them a Super Bowl winner. It's like, all right, I get what you're saying. I respect what you're saying, but also realize that the only reason they got in was because the Arizona Cardinals and Cliff Kingsbury shit the bed in the second half of the year. And then they barely scraped by a couple teams. It was mostly on the back of Cooper Kupp than it was on Matt Stafford.
What you're saying and what you're about to say is literally my point that I argued to Chris and Rob for the pre-Super Bowl edition. I'm gonna let you finish. But
I think that was it.
Oh, all right. Am I?
Anyway, what was the point you gave before?
Well, my point was like the Rams coming into the playoffs weren't great. Their 3 playoff wins weren't that good. Like, yes, they steamrolled the Cardinals, but the Cardinals didn't even look like they were there. Out of all of the steamrolls, that was the one that I was like, they weren't even there. They weren't doing anything. The Cardinals looked terrible. Kyler lost. And I mean, it's just exactly. That's an understatement. That's a generous understatement. Kyler had no fucking idea what he was doing out of that field. And, they got stupid lucky against the 49ers like 3 times in a row. And they got stupid lucky against the Buccaneers. And Matthew Stafford did, in fact, make a good play down the field to Cooper Kupp. But again, if the Bucs don't play a single high safety on coverage on that play, then they don't get the field goal and win. So again, it's mistakes that other teams are making. It's luck. Like, they are Super Bowl champions. I cannot dispute that. However, they are not as good as everyone is making them out to be. The super team, whatever. Like, yes, they have the superstar potential. Yes, Aaron Donald is a game wrecker, 100%. We saw it in this Super Bowl. We saw it. We still see it. He's still that game changer. I don't know. I just like Matthew Stafford wasn't great in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he threw 3 touchdowns, but he also threw 2 picks. So I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like it would have been a lot better if they went on, they steamrolled the Bengals. We would have had like, oh yeah, like, this super team, they went off, like, yeah, the 3 play. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It just felt like luck to me all over again.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard to say luck too, but there's definitely some offensive aspects where a couple things fell their way. And that's not necessarily what you're talking about with a team that's a surefire, like what we were talking about, a surefire, they're a Matt Stafford away, which hard to argue again because they won with a Matt Stafford. But
that's with ignoring the fact that they also picked up OBJ and Von Miller midseason.
Yeah, I mean, you took a Von Miller rental. I guess an OBJ rental too, but that was more of a free agent signing.
So that one was more. That one made more sense than the Von Miller thing. I understand picking up that piece because he's been there, he's won a Super Bowl. That leadership. I mean, credit to him clearly because they won a Super Bowl, so you can say what you want. I don't know. I don't really think he did much.
Zach, I don't know what's going on Instagram, but we are so zoomed in right now.
I don't know how to zoom out. What if we went full screen here? Does that change anything? Let's see. No, it's not going to change anything. I have no idea. I don't know what we're going to be able to do. Maybe if we do that. No. See, that's the thing. We can't I don't know. Let's see if we can. No. The only thing. What?
We're just so zoomed in. It's so interesting.
I can see your face now. I just have to move to the side. Let's see if I can do this. sit here.
So we're just gonna have to. Hi, how are you? Welcome.
I can I think I'll be able to see my face just like this. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I can see my face now. Whatever. I don't know. Oh my god, Jesus. I'm fighting off a sinus infection. Sorry.
Oof.
I just don't see that Rams team. Yes, they're a super team. They sold all their picks. They met their expectation for this season. They sold out to win a Super Bowl. I'm still gonna shit on them for it because they didn't do it very convincingly. They really didn't.
Yeah, and that's tough. It's tough to say that. When you put that much into a super team, you should expect to handedly win. Like the Bucks did it, and it's worked.
And the
Bucks win was a convincing win. If we were talking about it in different spaces, yeah, the Bucks got that. But
and they picked up and they picked up Brady and Gronk, but they were a Tom Brady away from winning a Super Bowl. And I think
randomly cool.
Did we really?
Yeah.
But they were a Tom Brady away from winning a Super Bowl. Adding Gronk is obviously very helpful. But that connection is really what helped them. I mean, how many touchdowns did they have last year in the postseason? Like 5 or 6? I know Brady and Gronk had 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl alone. So I don't know. I just think I think the biggest thing for the Rams this year was the connection that Matthew Stafford was able to build with Cooper Kupp. I mean, that alone is the money you paid for him. That is what I'll say. Did you get Matthew Stafford at his best? No. He was good, borderline great, but not there. However, the connection that he built with Cooper Kupp was what won you that Super Bowl. In crunch time, he went to Kupp. And all year he went to Kupp. He went to his guy in crunch time, and they played backyard football. I'm just gonna find you, throw you the ball. I trust you. Went out and got it for 4 receptions on that last drive or something like that. Got into the field, scored the touchdown. So I mean, I think that's at the end of the day, that's what you paid your money for, is that connection right there. That's your result. Not the stats, not whatever. Not OBJ, not Von Miller. You paid for that connection. I mean, that is the most obvious headline, I would say, or the most staggering headline is those numbers, especially Cooper Kupp. I mean, Triple Crown wide receiver, wins Super Bowl MVP, wins a Super Bowl, wins Offensive Player of the Year. Cooper Kupp benefited the most from Matthew Stafford, and in turn the Rams did. So
I think we talked about this at one point too, but as a community, as a sports media, whatever, can we stop pretending like Cooper Kupp wasn't good before this? This is exponentially a better year than he.
Oh yeah, no, Cooper Kupp was good before this, but that's the thing. When you have a guy like Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford is in fact an upgrade. So you see that uptick. I mean, that there's no doubt in my mind Matthew Stafford is an upgrade.
No.
So, you have that exponential uptick in production. So, no, but I mean, think about it like this. The year that they went on to went to play the Patriots in the Super Bowl, Cooper Kupp was good. He was very good that season. I mean, they scored 54 points against the friggin' Chiefs that season. 54 points with Jared Goff. Cooper Kupp was an animal. Him and Robert Woods were beasts under that offense. But when it came to crunch time, Jared Goff couldn't throw the ball. They couldn't get the ball to Cooper Kupp and ended up losing that Super Bowl. This time around, they had a guy that went to their strongest weapon in Cooper Kupp, and that won them a Super Bowl. So there's your difference right there. Right there.
Simple as that.
I mean, it is.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I know, but that's the thing. It's an eye test kind of thing. When it comes down to crunch time, he tried to go to Brandon Cooks in that Super Bowl against the Patriots, and he got burnt. Jared Goff. Matthew Stafford goes to the one person he could trust in Cooper Kupp, wins the Super Bowl. Arguably best wide receiver season of all time. No big deal. Also, didn't expect him to talk like that. Cooper Kupp is like really like has a really weird voice.
I know I said this very high, but I hate Sean McVay's voice.
I do too. I agree with you. Yeah, guys, I'm like, we just had to play that offense.
It sounds like the cleaned up version of the coach from fucking Waterboy. Thank you.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I'm just waiting for her to burst through the door like the Kool-Aid Man saying that.
No, she's down. She's playing Rocket League. It just does, baby.
It is. I know what it does. Yeah, I mean, overall, like that's your difference maker in the Super Bowl is that connection between Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. I think it was 4 receptions, like 27 yards on that last drive to get them a couple of key first downs, and just drove them down the field to get that touchdown. So I don't know. That's what I see as your game changer right there is that drive, that connection.
Agreed.
Magic connection.
You're not gonna hear any arguments from me.
I know. I'm sure if Chris was on, who are you talking about? Aaron Donald took over the game. Aaron Donald was the difference maker. It was 4th and 1. You're playing against the worst offensive line.
To be fair, I did also say there is a case. Like, obviously, Cooper Kupp was the clear-cut Super Bowl MVP, but I did say there was a case for Aaron Donald. But it was clearly Cooper Kupp's MVP.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's the thing. Like, yeah, Aaron Donald did have 2 sacks. But, like, I don't know. Everyone else on that defensive line had at least a sack. Like, it was all around. It was the wealth was spread. And, like, I didn't see, like, yes, Aaron Donald went out and he made that play at the end of the Super Bowl to finish it off. Congratulations. I don't know. He just like he didn't do anything special before that to make me think like, oh, he deserved MVP. Like he let the 32nd ranked offensive line in the league just manhandle him up until that point. So I don't know. I don't know. He's a special player, but that just like it didn't really do anything for me.
No, you're right. It goes back to the Cooper Kupp connection. It goes back to Cooper Kupp being the differentiating factor in the game.
There you go. I just want you to keep saying it until people understand that I'm right. I'm just right.
Whatever is going to stroke your ego, I'm here for that.
Well, you could stroke something else, but I don't think that's PG. We can go into our take confessionals if you'd like. If you have any more thoughts on our Super Bowl, obviously, like I said, Super Bowl winning Rams, Super Bowl 56.
I feel like we should end the show with take confessional. Or are we going to do that? Is that the end of the show? It's like we're cutting it with take.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we we could talk about the award winners if we want to in between. I just had a couple takes on like MVP and what.
Just threw it in my mouth a little bit.
Oh, nice. Love that.
Spicy.
Yeah, we can go over. So like, we'll move forward here. We'll move on from the Super Bowl.
I just saw this. I missed out on this one. Whistleblower Sports just put in that Stafford is not a Hall of Famer. I kind of tend to agree. I'm going to be honest.
He's not. Sorry.
I think he's a very good player, but I think he's right at that line where I stop giving a shit about the generation. It's like, all right, you're not. I live and die by it, but I really think that if you're going to be in the Hall of Fame for any sport, you can't tell the story of that sport without them. Even with the ring, I feel like you can tell the story of the NFL without Matt Stafford. It's close. It's close.
It's close because of Calvin Johnson. If it wasn't for Calvin Johnson, then I would say absolutely. But the fact that
but you could do that with a bunch of people and like trail off of it and be like, like fair. Also because like X should be in here because of Y, who is a Hall of Famer, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Yeah, I don't put him in the Hall of Fame either. Yeah, I get the ring, but I mean Trent Dilfer. So, I could keep going if you want. But yeah, I don't know. I don't put him in Hall of Fame. I get the passing numbers. I mean, my only argument for him would be is he put up numbers on the Detroit Lions. So he was a good and great quarterback on a team that was literally the definition of subpar.
I don't think there's anyone arguing that Matt Stafford isn't a good quarterback, right? And
Right,
that's
but
not
is it Hall of Fame level though?
I don't think he's at Hall
Right?
of Fame level.
No, I don't think so either. I think if he wins an MVP or an Offensive Player of the Year, maybe we can start to have the conversation of maybe how many times it would take him to get in. But with no hardware, you win one Super Bowl, you're not even an MVP. I don't know. It is close. It's somewhat close, but I still wouldn't give him the nod.
Our own Rob said it, but like once you're past the first ballot in the NFL, it's kind of like, all right, you made it in, I guess. You could maybe convince me that he gets on his like last entry, but
maybe. Yeah, if someone's feeling bad for him. Yeah, I don't know. But speaking of hardware, transition. I know Drew's gonna hate me for this. I know he is. I know. Don't love it. Don't love it. I really think
it should have been Brady.
I really do. Really do. Looking at all the stats, looking at just everything that both teams went through. I understand Jordan Love, the whole Jordan Love thing. Well, they only scored 7 points against Kansas City, and when he came back, they exploded. Brady had better numbers. Brady was a better overall quarterback this year, therefore should have won the MVP award. I know it's not the best overall quarterback award, but if there's a better player at that position and they don't win the MVP, it doesn't really make much sense. I mean, that's just my theory, but
I mean, if we're being honest about it, it is a quarterback's award at this point.
It is. I understand that. I get that. I know that for a fact. I mean, when's the last time a non-quarterback won it? I think 2012.
Fuck if I know. Don't look at me.
AP, I think.
Maybe. I got to assume so.
But that's the thing, right?
I don't. Should have been Brady. I think the numbers back it. You can't. There's not many arguments you can use besides the Jordan Love thing that says, like, I'm into Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, and that's the thing, like, right, and it's a lot of it has to do with the age kind of thing, the age thing, like. He's 44, and he put up better numbers than any quarterback in the league, and you don't give him the MVP. Like, I don't know. I love you, Drew. I disagree with that pick wholeheartedly. I really do. And again, yes, I'm a Patriots fan. Yes, I'm a Brady fan. I get it. But I don't know. Stats don't lie. They really don't. The man threw for over 5,000 yards at 44. Come on, seriously? 44 years of age.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous. Nuts. And he retired. And he's gonna come back and throw another 5,000 yards.
I swear to God, if he does this whole
he's coming
Brett Favre fucking thing, I'm gonna be pissed, dude.
Not only that, but I love how you say Brett Favre thing. Like Brett Favre came back and actually did good on the Jets.
No, I mean, like, all right, fair. He's gonna do Brett Favre, but better. But like the constant, like, I'm retiring, and then be like, I'm going to San Francisco.
It's happening. It's fucking happening.
If they screw my Trey Lance dynasty pick, I'm gonna be so pissed. I have so much Trey Lance.
Well, see, here's what you didn't account for is that Tom Brady is actually the best dynasty pick because he's gonna play until he's fucking 75.
Yeah, he's actually about to hit his like athletic peak.
Nah, he doesn't hit a peak.
He stays inclining.
Well, you see, at some point he's just gonna hit Madden numbers, and then he's just gonna keep going. 5,000 yards a season. Try 5,000 yards every other game.
Could you
watch it? Watch it happen. No,
this poor dude's gonna be out there in a fucking walker and being like, "I'm retiring after this game," and just fucking hawking it, like 5,000 yards a game. He's gonna go for it. He's gonna give a shit.
Throwing the ball at
Gronk. Fucking hates
Gronk's grandson.
Oh my God, that's the thing you should understand from this whole thing is that Tom Brady fucking hates you.
It's true.
Not you specifically, Zach, but I'm sure he doesn't.
No, specifically me.
Mm-hmm. Tom Brady at one point just went for the camera. Fuck you. That makes no sense to anyone watching this on YouTube, but
No.
also it makes no sense that we have all this screen and I'm choosing to just sit on this side.
I know, it's so funny because we're just like, we're so crimped in over here. So anyone watching on Facebook or YouTube's like, what? And everyone on Instagram's like, oh, sick, we could see them.
I don't know if it's sick what they're saying, but yeah. They're saying something.
No, they're saying Matthew Stafford is not a Hall of Famer, which is completely true. I mean, let's go over our other awards. TJ Watt, absolutely Defensive Player of the Year, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, who else are you going to give it to?
I know. I just don't
let's give it a Trayvon Diggs.
No, that's asinine.
Yeah, I know. I've actually saw someone give me that take. I was like, no.
And I've talked about it, and there is a value within Trayvon Diggs as a cornerback, and it goes against what I said earlier. But if you get a cornerback that can at least catch the ball, you're going to get those interceptions. But it's such a variable stat that it's not going to be there all the time. It's going to come and go.
Correct. You want to look at a cornerback that had almost the same amount of interceptions and did 3 times better in yards and coverage. JC Jackson. He's a Patriot.
For now.
Yeah, I know.
You guys would be dumb not to franchise tag him.
Yeah. You're talking to me like I don't already know that. Why don't you go drive your ass down to Foxborough and tell BB that, all right? You go drive down and tell him.
If I'm driving down to Foxborough, I'm biting Mac Jones' ankle again.
You act like you don't like it, James. Offensive player. I mean, that is easily the most lock pick of these awards. Mr. Cooper Kupp.
It's a shame Debo couldn't have done, one more position for his team. But yeah, it's Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, arguably best wide receiver season of all time. But yeah, Debo was electric this year. Really, really took over. Yeah, I mean, it's if only we had Debo for the Brandon Ayuk pivot, James, but we didn't. Sorry.
Are you really gonna keep fucking dunking on me like that?
I am. It's great. It's awesome. Who did we have? Oh, no. Because all the nicknames in fucking Sleeper were like, yeah, Brandon Ayuk pivot. This is gonna be great. And it was like fucking, I don't know, Tim Patrick.
Do you know why that was a thing?
No.
That was I never changed that. That was during the COVID season because there were players that were potentially out. So we all, everybody in the league set pivots. I didn't realize that's what you were shitting on me for. Yeah, it's because we all had pivots. So I would change that manually if that player was out.
All right, there we go. Yeah. Now that I understand, I'm still going to shit on you. Fuck you.
I support you.
Yeah. Mike Vrabel for Coach of the Year. I mean,
I don't hate it.
I get that he played with the most injured team in the league and had I think they had the second best record in the league. So I understand it.
Got a buy out of it.
I still would have given it to Bill Belichick with the team that he put together in the offseason and that kind of stuff. But
it's not the best GM of the year.
Not the best GM. Yeah, well, fuck you. He's the best coach in the league, so I don't care. Yeah, but I get Mike Vrabel. What are the other awards here? What am I missing? Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Andrew Whitworth. Love it. Seems like a really nice guy.
He hasn't announced his retirement yet. I would have made
he probably will, but that dude is massive. That is a big ass fucking man.
Big dude at 45.
He's 45? I thought he was only 40.
Yeah, you're right. I think we looked this up already. He's 40.
Yeah. We looked this up during the Super Bowl.
I wasn't sober.
No, I know, but neither was I, and I still remember. So, were there any other awards that I didn't think about?
Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow makes sense.
Joe Burrow makes sense. Yep, I agree with that one.
Dunked on Dak Prescott and your stupid ankle.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
Rookie of the Year, cakewalk.
Yeah,
Defensive Rookie of the Year, cakewalk.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. There was an argument for Mac Jones towards the end of the season, but Jamar really pulled away. So, I
tried to tell you.
Yeah. What do you mean you tried to tell me?
Oh no, it was Chris who was arguing me that Mac Jones should have been.
Yeah.
That was a weak take.
I watched it. I watched it. Trust me. He pulled away with it. Pulled away at the end.
I mean, yeah, dude. I'm sorry. I want to just talk about this, but like between him and Jefferson, obviously coming out of LSU, they have had such a fucking insane rate of like quality of wide receiver. Fuck you, Terrence Marshall, coming out as of recent, and like back-to-back years, both. No, Justin Jefferson didn't win Rookie of the Year, right? Didn't, or did he? And I thought Justin Herbert should have. I don't know. I might be backwards on that. But both of them had huge years, and I think fucking combined over the like postseason, Chase put up almost 2,000.
Yeah. I think yeah, we're gonna have to look this up. I don't remember who won last year. Honestly, last year feels like 5 years ago at this point, with just fucking everything that's going on in the world. But, what the hell? Oh, that was weird. Yeah, you want to go into take confessional though? I think I kind of gotten my MVP point. About
no, actually, take confessional is a good point to go from here because obviously my take confessional is sitting right in front. Unless you want to take your big one out.
I mean, obviously my big one, which I was just like, so I'll preface this. I was at work. All right. I was just like, I'm going to throw some gas. I'm going to throw some heat out there. We're throwing out takes. We're covering the Dolphins. I was like, yeah, Tua is going to win MVP.
Tua for MVP.
Tua for MVP. Yep.
You can make every excuse in the world. That is worse than my Henry.
No, 300. It's not. No, it's fucking
100% worse than my Henry 300.
No, it's not. Dude,
not a shot.
Not only not only did Henry surpass 300 carries, he almost hit 4.
I know.
So
and he would have been outpaced to another 300. Okay, but like going into that year, it makes sense. It's like you're looking at it. There's no way he can get another 300 yards at 27 at that point. Like, no, that's not how a human body works, especially when taking that much contact.
Just admit it. Your take was worse than mine. It was worse. It is.
I'm actually fine with that take being the one I'll like die on for that year. Yeah. Because what you forget is that I said Cole McDonald would be starting for the Titans by the fucking halfway mark.
Where's he now? What team is he?
I don't know. Hold on. I'll look it up. I'll look up Cole McDonald.
It'll tell you.
College football fans know Cole McDonald, dude.
I remember.
But I'm saying like Cole McDonald, fucking 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, electric football. Let's see. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Oh. He's playing for the Toronto Aeronauts.
Oh, no, buddy.
Or, sorry, Agronauts.
He already dipped down into the CFL. That's tough. That's not good.
That stinks.
Yeah, that does stink. Yeah, no, Tua for MVP. Probably one of the worst things that's ever come out of my mouth. But I'll die on that sword. I'm fine with it. I get it. I'm not gonna come up with some other asinine take this offseason, but yeah, Tua for MVP was brutal.
All right, let's see. I got to think back because I don't have these off the gun.
Shout out to Chris though for the Michael Thomas take like 2 years ago. That one was pretty fire.
What do you say?
Even though it was like injury induced, but he was like, Michael Thomas isn't going to get more than 100, like not 80 receptions or whatever. And he didn't, but it was due to COVID and whatever. But yeah, give credit where credit's due. Whatever. Fine. I was just trying to give a boy credit, but.
Oh, hey, yeah, give him credit. It's fair. So let's see. I think the most obvious one I can point out is that I said Mac Jones wasn't worth a first round pick. Not great. He definitely proved me wrong. I still am not sold. I guess 15. 15 was probably like a good value for Mac Jones of where he translated. I still would have died on the fact that I didn't think he was a top 5 pick. Like if you were getting that production and he was top 5, you would have had a different conversation. I think I'm willing to die that I was at least wrong that you got a good value at 15 for Mac Jones.
You got a good value, and you have to think if he was put on an offense that had Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, he would have been a lot better.
I guess that's fair, but he also might not have been starting, as we've seen with Trey Lance.
That's fair, but at the same time, you have to argue they're two completely different types of quarterbacks. If you have a guy that's similar to Jimmy Garoppolo in style fighting up against him, they would probably have started him at some point.
I even said at one point that Trey Lance would have been a more natural transition for you guys than Mac Jones. It was just going to be weird. Well, so that wasn't great either.
Well, that's the thing. At the time, it made sense because coming off a Cam Newton led offense, it makes sense. But no, reverting back to what you were before makes way more sense. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
At some point, we're going to talk about the Patriots offseason. I don't know, probably not this episode.
No,
you guys are in for it. You got a fun one.
There's going to be a lot going on.
You do not have a lot of money. You got to restructure a lot of shit.
I know. Poor. I'm so poor.
Yeah, but you're poor. The Patriots are poor, but they're not like broke. Like you can move a lot of things around to get like 20 mil. You can do some of those like Saints-esque things, which the Saints are in fucking disaster mode again.
The Packers are going to be in hell too, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of interesting offseason storylines we're going to have to follow with that. But beyond that, I thought of another one connecting to the Tua take that Jalen Waddle was just a glorified speedster and that he wasn't going to be
I doubt on that one.
That was definitely a bad taste from Henry Ruggs. Take the L on that one.
Yeah, I will too. I mean, he was phenomenal this season. No ifs, ands, or buts. I mean, you don't have Jamar Chase, then Jalen Waddle is your offensive player of the year. Can I help you?
I think Jalen Waddle did more than Mac Jones.
Yes, just as Tua won the MVP award this year.
We're gonna go on 2 wild takes off the gun here. What else, dude? Oh, there's definitely a lot more faith in Trey Sermon, but I wasn't alone in that thought. I think a lot of people thought Trey Sermon was going to be something great that never ended up panning out.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't play on rookie seasons and takes a while.
He's not getting a spot.
You don't think so?
No, dude. Elijah Mitchell's so good. The other rookie they had this year, Elijah Mitchell, is talented as fuck. He's not getting shit. He's not getting anything.
I mean, just saying. Look how long it took the Titans to start Derrick Henry. I'm just saying. But then again, we all knew Derrick Henry was going to be a fucking animal.
Yeah, I mean the like rare size speed combo. Like, come on. Shanahan would be smart to run the ball. He would be smart to use a committee, especially the way Shanahan burns through running backs because he just sends them through the hole and it's like, hope for the best. See you on the other side. And
I know, and he commits to the exact opposite style of back that you want to do with that offense. Small shifty guys? Let's run ISO. Formation running up the hole right now.
I don't know if I can think of anything more I've done take-wise that I'm really like... I definitely... I mean, obviously there was... I said the Browns were going to go 14 wins or something this year. That was flat.
Woof. But that's more of a bias thing, so you can't really... Like, that's not a rational take. That's like a crazy fan like based up take. My Tua take, that I'm not a fan of the Dolphins. I don't know why I fucking said it, but I said it. It happened.
Oh, I mean, there was that whole list of takes I tried to make at one point, and a dude whose name you will never hear in the NFL because he's now just a blocking tight end. I said with confidence that Trey McKitty would get more yards than Kyle Pitts.
Where did Trey go?
He's on the Chargers, but
that's okay. Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I listened to your advice and I picked him up. You fucking piece of shit.
You really shouldn't have. I really should have like thought about the college production. He was a blocking tight end.
Next to Antonio Gates over here.
I did also say Kylan Granson was going to be a lot more, but I still think Kylan Granson's going to be great in the league. We'll see about that.
Sneaky good pick for the Steelers, Pat Fryermuth.
Oh, dude,
Love
Mass
that.
local, Pat Fryermuth.
Yeah, he was a good pickup for them. I liked him.
I don't know if I have anything else take-wise.
I don't really think I went too crazy. I mean, obviously the Tua take was the worst thing, and I will forever die on that sword over and over again.
Ooh,
did I have any other ones? Did you write some down for me? Because I forget.
I feel like I did somewhere. I have a take win for James this year, which was arguably one of my hotter takes. I got a lot of flack for this. I said in the Titans system, Julio Jones doesn't do that much more than Corey Davis did. Granted injuries, but
I mean, to pair that up with the eye test, yeah, he really didn't do much.
No, and Corey Davis is a 1. Sorry, Zach, I know you're still in the chat right now. Corey Davis, not a wide receiver 1. Guys got to figure that out in the offseason.
No. You know who is though? Elijah Mitchell. Elijah Moore. Just kidding. Elijah Moore. My bad. Last name Scott.
Elijah Mitchell is a running back 1. I agree with you.
I can't say I remember any more of my takes. I really just had that really bad one.
That one must have clicked through because all of a sudden went to 0 viewers after that.
Oh God, what?
I don't know. I'm gonna hit him up. All right.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, I can't really remember if I had any more. I know there were a couple of things that I threw out there. I did argue that I think the Bills were going to be the best team in the AFC, which obviously didn't come to fruition, but I don't know.
Wasn't necessarily wrong though.
No,
I think, you're talking about them odds-wise are still in the conversation for next year.
Yeah, but I thought they'd be a lot better than they were. They had that weird fluke midway through the season when they lost the Jaguars and just did not look like a cohesive unit.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what else you got, Zach? What else you got? You want to give these people a preview what we're looking at for off season?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go into our final thoughts, and we'll just give them fucking our random thoughts. So off season, we're probably gonna do our format. This will be the third time, I think, right? This will be our third time doing off season coverage.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
I think it has to be. We're going on year 3, James. Or we're actually about to hit year 4.
We're in year 3. We're gonna hit year 4.
Yeah, we're gonna hit year 4. Isn't that crazy?
It's wild.
We have to have a fucking end of summer blowout or something to celebrate year 4. But
I mean, yeah, we haven't really had any BOTA blowouts because
COVID, but it's going away. It doesn't exist anymore, so it's great. Yeah, so yeah. We'll probably go into our team previews, off season, expectations, floor ceiling kind of things. I kind of want to add like dream pickups, maybe like 1 or 2 players that could get them to the next level, whether if they're a non-playoff team that would get them to the playoffs, a playoff contender into a Super Bowl contender, or if they are, a Super Bowl contender, what player or players would get them over the hump to get them that first Super Bowl trophy or whatever number it is. Not that matters, but adding kind of some stuff like that, doing 4 teams every episode like we've done before. So we'll do that. Hopefully bringing on some guests to talk about our teams like we did last time. We're going to be doing lots of mock drafts. I did a couple with James last year, and I've been way more into college football. So we're going to be doing lots more of those. So that'll be fun.
Dig in because none of your mock drafts are going to be the same. I've done 3 just as like a test to see like where I'm living. Each one has been a different spot. It's so fucking insane. This year's going to be wild.
Yeah. So there you go. I didn't even know that. It's good to know now. yeah, but that's what you have looking forward to for garbage time. We will be bringing back the BOTA show. The BOTA show will return.
Yeah, I think garbage time might end up being something like a couple of us do at a point, maybe like a YouTube series or whatever.
Yeah, I think we can transition it into that, and this is obviously us spitballing on live. But yeah, I think we could definitely do that and transition it into like smaller YouTube segments. And maybe what we could do is instead of doing 4 teams at a time, we could do 2 and have a half an hour and do 15 minutes on each one and have that be a YouTube segment for the week, and lead all the way up until preseason or whatever. And then BOTA show will be coming back. That is our kind of,
hopefully at some point we get baseball.
Yeah, I mean, not that I like baseball, but any sports is good sports. Competitive bocce, fire.
Stay tuned in off season of James talking about F1.
Actually, fair. No, James talking about. I was into it for a little bit. You got me into it for a little bit.
It's entertaining.
Yeah,
you missed the most entertaining end of the year that apparently has ever happened. But
really,
yeah, we'll talk about that off camera. But anyway,
but yeah, I mean, we got some more exciting stuff, more YouTube segments that we're looking into. So this is our final thoughts for the year before we sign off as our Super Bowl recap show. So we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in throughout the season. For Rob, for Chris, for Drew that aren't here, for James, myself.
I wasn't fucking done yet.
Oh shit! All right, hold on. We're gonna stop the.
I mean, the only other point was that I'm going to be bringing back pop shots, and I'm going to be doing it as I'm going to be evaluating some of the prospects. I'll probably be doing like a couple at a time, maybe focus on a position, but just dive into some prospects I'm really feeling. Maybe the draft diamond of the week I'll go into, but we'll see. Yeah. It's an interesting draft class, and I feel like it's going to take a lot of diving into. It's not as cut and dry as anyone thinks it is.
Yeah. Well, that'll be good. I'll be in that too.
Oh yeah.
Was that it? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good.
All right. Fucking asshole. But yes, like I said, for Drew, for Chris, for Rob, for myself, for James, thank you so much for tuning in throughout the season. We appreciate all the views, all the likes, the loves, the laughs, the comments, everything. So you know where to find us. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We figured out how to do Instagram Live. The very last episode of the fucking garbage time season. I know, congratulations. Right? That's okay. We use this all the time, so it's not like it matters. Find us on Twitter, YouTube. Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Anywhere you can listen to a podcast, we're probably on there. So take a look, take a listen. We love you. Stay soggy.
I love you. Stay beautiful.
Bye. Sorry. Every time Drew does that, I die. Every time. Bye. I thought you were going to do the Drew thing again.
I started doing it. I think I'll just cut it.
Yeah.
Cheers.